Good afternoon. This is Mr. Z, and I'm playing with the robot to give you some ideas of how to make it work. I've already brought the robot in, and I've already created my colors. I want to do a command space and click to zoom in on the head. To make this head work, first I need to make sure I go to my layers panel. Whoops, I haven't finished that yet. I need to make this a template layer and name it template. And I need to make a layer for the head. So I'm going to hold down Option, click on the Create New Layer button, which lets me get to a new layer and name it Head. So with the other layer locked, the template locked, the head layer is active and its visibility icon is clear. I'm going to get a rectangle. I'm going to fill it with white with a black stroke of 2 points, and I do my click and drag to bring the rectangle into place. It's a little bit too high, so I'll hold down the space bar, adjust it. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, except for the corners. So I'll grab a black pointer tool, drag these corners down a little bit too far, back out so they match. Then I will copy and paste this in front, Command C, Command F, change this one to have no stroke and a teal fill. Let's see, I want this one to be the dark teal. And I'm going to bring it size down so that it comes inside of that white. And just kind of bring it about to there. I think I like it. Then I'm going to Command C, Command F, shrink this new one down so that I get that drop shadow effect. I think I'm liking it. I need to check something. It looks as though, yep, snap to point is turned on. So it was kind of jerking a little bit. I turn off snap to point. I've got a little bit better control. I'll make this one smaller, make sure it's the light teal. And then I can adjust the dark teal up a little bit better. I like it. Now I want to turn off the visibility on these three things because they're kind of in the way. I can't see to get to the eye and the mouth. To do the eyes, I'm going to get a rectangle, change to the ellipse tool. I'll make sure that I have a white fill with a black stroke. Hold down the Shift key to get my circle. Positioning isn't even critical, but size is somewhat close. I like it. Whoops, I need to have a 2-point stroke. That's better. Now, I'm going to get this little part of the eye, give it a black stroke or a black fill. Probably will make life easier if I bring this down and don't have any stroke to it at all. Then I can pick it up with the black, bring it over, drop it into position, get a new circle, the size of this little highlight here in the center. I like it. Make sure it is filled with white. Pick it up, move it. Then I will select all of these, Command G to group them. Pick it up with the mouse and start to move it, but hold down the Option key to make a copy. The eyes are done with 2 groups. Time to do the mouth. The mouth is going to be a rectangle that I make the right size. round the corners down a bit. I like it. I want to have a black 2-point stroke. I want the fill to be this white-black gradient. Then I change the gradient in the gradient panel to a negative 90 degrees. That's looking pretty good, but it's a little too dark on the black side. So I'll click this black gradient stop on the slider here and change its opacity to 80. I like it. Then I'm going to get the line tool, draw a line straight down here. 1-point stroke is good enough. Draw another line straight down here. Get my black pointer. Make sure they are both selected. Make sure that it is a black stroke. And a 1-point stroke should be good enough. Then Object, Blend, Blend Options. Want to make sure that we are in a specified steps, and 8 should be enough. Command Option B to make that happen. Now I may need to touch things up just a little bit, but those are the teeth. For the ear, we have a line segment, and a arc tool. This is an ellipse. With no stroke, or a black stroke, 2 points. And now I have to play some games in my layers panel. I need to turn the visibility back on for these. And I'm going to rearrange just a little bit. Didn't like that one. But I need to bring this ellipse down underneath of the bottom rectangle. Cancel that, back to my black pointer tool, bam. This is an ellipse. This line for the antenna is done with the pen tool. Click, 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 click. Hold down the Option key, sorry, the Command key, click away from it. There it is. Then a little ellipse for the top of the antenna. The head's done except for some rounded rectangles here and on top. So I'm going to click the disclosure triangle on the head, lock it, and create a new layer for the torso. Got to click on the right one first. The torso is composed of some rounded rectangles, just like up at the top. It's composed of some straight line segments, some arc segments, some ellipses, a bunch of little plus signs that we're going to make into a symbol, this grill, and the gauge. I'm going to start with the grill by getting a black rectangle with no stroke and make my black rectangle this size. I'm going to make another rectangle the size of the yellow. Switch back to my fill color get my black rectangle, or black pointer rather, use the arrow keys to move it over into position, nudge it up just a hair, deselect it. Then I want my straight line tool, and I'm going to draw from one side to the next holding down the shift key. It's going to constrain me to a straight line. Then up at the top, make sure that it is a black line, 1 point. I like it. Then I'm going to do another one down here towards the bottom with the black pointer tool, hold down shift, select both of these, and object, blend options. Probably make this about 12 points or 12 steps. Command Option B, bring that into place, adjust the ends, select it, group it, Command C to copy, Command F to paste in front, move it over, adjust it, Command C to copy, Command F to paste it in front, adjust it, and this part's done. To do the triangle for this, zoom in on it a bit, I'm going to get my shape tool, polygon tool. I'm just going to start to draw. It doesn't matter where I draw, but the trick is I need to make sure I have a triangle. It's way too big, that's fine. I want to fill it with black and make sure nothing is selected. So I click away from it and then get my white pointer tool and make sure that I'm on where it shows anchor. And then I can move these corner points and adjust them until I have a nice little triangle. A little bit too fat, make it skinnier, adjust this, set it out of the way. Whoops, I got the wrong thing, undo. I grabbed this, which modified the corner, and curved it. So I want to be down low, get it out of the way. Then this is nothing but a rectangle, black fill, black with a white fill, 2 red rectangles with no fill that fit inside, and a bunch of little marks. So I can grab a little mark like so, make sure that it's a black stroke, that there's one, make sure there's another one. If I hold down the shift key, they stay straight. Get my black pointer, select them. I just did Command Shift or Command Option B to make the blend. I don't want to come here to blend options. And 12 steps isn't enough. I'm going to try it at 16. Looks much better. Then it's just a matter of putting the pieces parts together. Now there's a lot of these little plus signs and they're annoying. So I'm going to make one by using my line segment tool, but instead of creating a line by clicking and dragging, I'm just going to build one here. I want this one to be 4 long and make sure that it's got a black stroke. I'm going to zoom in so it's easier to see this. Then right next to it, I'm going to put another one just by clicking, but I'm going to change the angle on this one to 0. So I've got these 2 little lines, and if I select them both and go to my Align panel, now you're going to have to hit the Align box here. It's not showing on mine, but that will give you these things. I want to now horizontally align these centered. It's there. So I can go to my symbols panel, add a new symbol. That's a static symbol. I'll name it plus. And that one's ready to go. I can just delete this one because it's extra stuff. I'm going to zoom out a ways. I'll see how many places those little plus signs appear. Well, I guess I need to look at my layers. Okay, that's on the torso layer. So I'll grab a symbol and put it right here. Grab another one, put it right here. Shift select, so I've got both of them, and make new ones in there. A little bit sharper, a little bit crisper, but I sure like it. So I'll grab another one here, another one here, and make sure they're both selected. Command Option B. Now they're selected. Command Option B, and then go up to my Object, Blend, Blend Options, and way too many steps in there. Turn this one down to about 4. Turn on Preview so I can check it. Looks good. Do the same thing here, the same thing on the arms. Speaking of the arms, we've got this fountain pen head thing that the lineup just doesn't work well. We need to make sure that we don't do it with line segments, but that we use a polygon tool. And let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is what I need. So I'm going to turn up my system. I think I like that. I'm going to fill it with just something light for the moment, or even better, just stroke it with a 2-point stroke. Make sure it's not selected. Get my white arrow and pick these corners up and put them where they belong. Nudge that one up in here. I think I like it a lot. So these are just shapes that are created on the legs, and I need a new layer for legs just to show one more little trick. And actually it's the same trick as before. I'm going to get just a rectangle and I'm going to draw this lower leg up to the kneecap. Get my white selection tool, make sure nothing is selected, and move these points so that they fit. Then this could be selected again, build, all the standard stuff. So we've got a bunch of stuff stacked on top of each other, nothing but shapes here. When we're done with this, I'm going to unlock and delete the template layer. Now I'd have to be clear done with everything before I did it, which obviously I'm not because there's a lot of pieces that aren't filled in, but they're all the same kinds of pieces to fill in. At that point, I would create a new layer up at the top, lock all of these, even turn their visibilities off if I'd like, move my screen over, and start creating my own robot, your own robot, over on this side. That's the quick and dirty on it. and I will have a list of keyboard shortcuts available for you as well.